Hello, good morning, Year 4. I hope you are all well and good. Okay, so this learning, we're still learning about measure. So let's recap some of our learning. We have now learned how to calculate perimeter. We've also learned how to calculate area yesterday as well. Now, yesterday's learning, when we were calculating area, was just counting the squares. So we're just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and calculating the area like that. Now, you can do that when you've got little squares. So today we're going to do something very similar, but we're also going to make the link with multiplication, okay? Because you can find the area using multiplication. So you're going to be able to have the choice today, either to count squares or to use multiplication. Okay, first of all, in your starter quiz, so there's going to be forms on there. I just want us to recap perimeter to make sure we're really secure on it. So I'd like you to calculate the perimeter. Now, in your questions, you're only going to get two measurements. You're only going to get this measurement and this measurement. Now, remember, we have to add these two, but we also have to add these two. So you're going to do 4, add 4, add 6, add 6, and you're going to have to add all of that up. So it's using lots of doubles knowledge. 6, 6, 6 and 6 is 12, 4 add 4 is 8, altogether the perimeter is 20, okay? All right, special quiz today, your starter. Okay, now this is our learning. Now yesterday we were calculating the area by just counting the squares. So we would have gone for this one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And we're saying that is an area of 17 centimetres squared. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would have an area of 7 centimetres. This one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's all you have to. So remember, you've got to put centimetre, and then you actually put a little squared sign. So this tells you that it's you're calculating the area. It's centimetre, but it's centimetres squared. So we're not doing centimetres around the outside for perimeter, but it's centimetres squared. So it's that distance within the inside. And that's as easy as it gets in Year 4. In Year 4, that's as easy as it gets, or as hard as it gets. When you get into the later year groups, you won't have the squares, and you'll have to calculate it using multiplication. But today we are going to stick with using squares. So does anyone remember what these are called? What are these called here? And you get lots of dots. We see them in multiplication, and it begins with an A. It is it's an array. Okay, it's an array, and we can use an array when we're doing multiplication. So if I was to calculate the area of this rectangle, I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I could go that. But remember, this is 4, add 4, add 4. Now, what is? That's repeated addition. What's 4, add 4, add 4 the same as? It's the same as doing 4 times. How many times have I done that? 4, add 4, add 4. I've done 4 times 3. So without even counting all of the squares, I can say that 4 times 3 is 12. So the area of this square here is 12 centimetres squared. Okay. Let us try this yellow one here. So instead of counting all of the squares, especially when we get to this one, that's a lot of squares, we're going to use our multiplication. We're going to just count not the width, the length and the height. Okay, remember this one is the length, this is the height. So it's how you find the perimeter is length times height. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and I could do that. Okay, and you can do that for today's learning if you want to. If you're like, no, counting squares, that's too easy for me, you can do 5. So 5 add 5, add 5, add 5, add 5, add 5 is the same as doing 5 times 6. So The perimeter of this rectangle, the area of this rectangle is 30 centimetre squared. Okay. All right, let's have a look at this one because this is a lot of dots to count. Let's count the top row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be a lot to count. But instead, I could do 10, a 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 10. I could do 10 times 8. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So this perimeter, this area, perimeter, is 80 centimetres squared. Okay. Let's have a look at this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I could do 7, add 7, add 7, add 7, add 7, add 7, add 7, repeated addition, or I could do 7 times 7 to get out my area, which is 7 sevens are 49 centimetres squared. Okay, easy enough, right? Easy enough. So we are making the link with area and multiplication. So we're having the rectangle, and instead of counting squares, you can count all of the circles today. That's, if you want an easy job, you can just count all the circles. Or you can count the top row, which is the length, and you can count the height as well and multiply them by each other. Length times height is going to get you your area. Okay, I would like you to pause the screen and just have a go at these three, and we'll do them together. Pause the screen and do these three. Okay, let's give it a go. 1, 2, 3. 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 times 7. This has an area of 21 centimetres squared. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 5. This one has a perimeter of 50 centimetres squared. This one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 7. This one here has a perimeter of 35 centimetres squared. Okay, it's easy as that today. So you're going to get lots of these in a form, and I'd like you to write in the area. What I'm going to do, I know it's really tricky to try and make sure you get the right number to match the one that I'm going to write. I'm not going to do it multiple choice, but I'm just going to write the number. So you don't have to worry about centimetres squared. All I want you to do is write in the correct number. Okay, if you write in the correct number, you'll get the answer correct. There will also be some extension questions as well if you want to have a look at those. Okay, well done, good job.